So you'll be martyred. And martyrdom here doesn't mean only when my blood is shed, being killed literally. No, martyrdom can be going through persecutions, through troublesome times, through tribulation. This is also another form of martyrdom as well. Verse 14, but I have a few things against you, because you have there those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. I have a few things against you, because you have there, where you are, where the throne of Satan is, because you've gone to the world. What is in the world? In the world there are three things. There is those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, and who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel. Balaam was a prophet of the Old Testament. Balaam was called by Balak. Balak was a king of Moab, the Moabites. He was the king of Moab. Balak looked at the Israelite people, and seeing what these Israelites went through and their God, what he did for them and for the people around them, he got frightened. He said, if the Israelite nation were able to overcome Pharaoh, the most powerful king in the world, they smashed him, they killed him, they destroyed him, then who am I compared to Pharaoh, the most powerful king? The Israelite, when they reach my country, they will swallow me alive, because their God is the most powerful God. So what do? I need to work smart with this Israelite nation. I can't fight against them. Their God will win, definitely. So what do? I'm gonna call the prophet of their God. The prophet was Balaam. He was the prophet of the God of Israel. He said, I'm gonna call him. Since he's a prophet, God talks to him, and God reveals things to him. He can come and curse this Israelite nation, the people of God. So he called Balaam to him. Balaam was sitting on this donkey and going through this alley. The donkey started veering off the road. Balaam started hitting the donkey. The donkey started speaking like a human being. Said, why did you hit me? Said, why are you walking crooked? Walk straight. The donkey said, if I did not go sideways, there was an angel holding a sword in his hand, he would have chopped your head. I saved your life, I veered off the road. And then Balaam's eyes were opened by God, and he saw an angel with a sword about to cut his head. Why? Because he was going to make a treaty with the enemy of God. You are the prophet of God. Now, why did Balaam go to Balak? Because Balak offered him money. Habibi, gold, baby, silver. I can buy a Ferrari, Lamborghini, and a mansion. So, the weakness of Balaam was greed. His weakness was money. But he was a prophet. We all have our weaknesses, even if we are prophets. No one is perfect except Jesus Christ. So he went to Balak, and then Balak, the king, said, I want you to curse the Israelite nation. He said, King, I can't do that. He said, what do you mean? He said, I cannot curse a nation that is being blessed by God. I can't go against God. God has blessed them. I cannot curse them. Then the king looked at the prophet Balaam. He said, what a shame. Do you see all this money? I was going to give you all this gold. That was going to be yours. Balaam looked at the money. He said, oh man, now that is hard. I better find a solution. I can't lose this money. This is a lifetime's opportunity. It will never come again. He said, King, you know what? I've got a way of fixing this. He said, I'll teach you what to do. The Israelite people, they will curse themselves by themselves, and God, they will make God angry, and He will strike them all. He said, what is it? He said, bring the most beautiful girls you have from your country, the most beautiful girls, and make them dress beautifully and release them into the Israelite nation. They're gonna look at these beautiful girls and they're gonna do something wrong with them. And then God is gonna look at the people of His own committing sexual immorality. He's gonna get angry and God will strike them. Therefore, they've cursed themselves by themselves. I win, you win, I get the gold, see you later, alligator. And he does that. He teaches Balak what to do to make people fall into sin. Whoa, very dangerous. He played with fire. He copped badly. You made people fall into sin for money. That's what happens when the church becomes worldly. That's what happens when the church becomes worldly.